Dear comrades, friends, esteemed international delegates, allow me to express a very warm and friendly greeting on this significant and historical occasion of the inaugural ceremony of the organising committee of the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Paektu. April 11th, 2018. And in recognition of that significance, I would invite our very good friend from the Freedom Socialist Party of Egypt, Yahya Zakara Karela, to present a gift. Okay. Go. I'm a bit ahead of myself, I apologise. The first gift, of course, should be the floral basket.
미안합니다. 사고가 있어서 잘못되었는데 먼저 초상화에 꽃바구니를 증정하겠습니다.
Thank you very much for the wonderful floral basket in recognition of this significant occasion. I now call upon Mr. Yahya Zakara Karela to present his gift on behalf of the Freedom Socialist Party of Egypt.
그럼 다음으로 야야 자키리아타 선생이 중요한 최고 지도자분께 올리는 선물을 전달하겠습니다.
It now gives me great pleasure to call upon Mr. Sergei Dabakaka, Editor-in-Chief, a scientific journal, The Social Upbringing Belarus.
다음으로 벨라루시 사회교양 잡지 주필인 자바티브 선생을 주제에 요청합니다. 동양은 주고용이라고
Thank you very much for presenting such a wonderful gift on this historic occasion.
감사합니다. 이 역사적인 이러한 꽃바구니를 올려주신 데 대하여 사의를 표합니다.
Dear comrades and friends, esteemed international delegates,
친애하는 동지들과 벗들,
today we are here with the unanimous desire and aspiration of the world's progressive and peace-loving peoples
중화의 여섯 인민들이
to inaugurate the organising committee of the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu.
김종일 카카 의대성과 옥석을 대통령과
A standing international organisation which will be committed to making preparations for the future international festivals every 5 years in Pyongyang and on Mount Paektu, to praise the greatness and exploits of their Excellencies Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un, the greatest leaders of the Korean people. Now I declare the inaugural ceremony of the organising committee of the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu open. As it is fully recognised I should stand for the song, please. Thank you. As it is fully recognised and accepted by everyone present at this meeting, Their Excellencies Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un, the great leaders of the Korean people, are the illustrious great men who have accumulated the undying exploits for the Korean Revolution and accomplishment of the cause of global independence. The international gathering of the world's progressive people to praise the peerlessly great persons of Mount Paektu started from 2002, and the issue of developing this event into the regularised international festival became more crucial and pending in August 2017, when we had the 5th International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu. Taking this into full account, a lot of preparation has been made internationally, and as a result of that today, international delegates from various countries and our Belarusian friends gathered here at Minsk to form the organising committee of the International Festival. Before proceeding today's meeting, I would like to introduce to the meeting congratulatory messages received on the formation of the organising committee from friendship and solidarity organisations with the Korean people active in every corner of the world. As the list of those messages are so long, it's not possible for me to read them out here today, except to mention they came from all parts of the world, including New Zealand, Australia, Bangladesh, Nepal, Thailand and many more. And that list of messages will be made available during the course of the meeting.
그 나라들 보면 오스트레일리아, 뉴질랜드, 방글라데시, 네팔, 인도네시아를 비롯한 많은 나라들에서 카페들을 보내왔습니다.
As we can realise from the numbers of the congratulatory messages, the feeling of reverence and admiration of the progressive peoples of the world towards the peerlessly great persons of Mount Paektu is not confined to one special country or continent, but becomes global, beyond the bounds of one region. Today, rational minds and the consciousness of the world appreciates the greatness of the outstanding leaders from the mightiness of Jewish country of Korea, a country that safeguards the socialism against high-handedness and arbitrariness of world imperialism, and particularly US imperialism. My friends, it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Peter Woods, co-chair of the Asia Pacific Regional Committee for Korea's peaceful reunification and ambassador of United Cities and Local Government Asia Pacific to deliver a keynote speech of the meeting. Mr. Peter Woods.
Esteemed delegates, friends, comrades, today we're here to inaugurate the organising committee of the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu, reflecting the unanimous desire and aspiration of the world's progressive peoples. First of all, I, on behalf of the participants in this inaugural ceremony, would like to pay a high tribute to the great His Excellency President Kim Il-sung and His Excellency Kim Jong-il, the outstanding leaders of the Korean people who made undying contributions to the accomplishment of the cause of independence for humanity and dedicate in profound respect for their immortality. At the same time, I would like to extend the highest respect and the greatest honour to His Excellency Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader of the Korean people, who is carrying forward the ideas and cause of the preceding leaders while steering the course of the global independence for victory. I would like to avail myself to extend my deep thanks to Mr. Leonid Skolnikov, the chairman of the Standing Committee of the Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il Belarusian National Association of Friends of the Korean People, and many other friends and delegates present here who have dedicated themselves with every possible effort, attaching great importance to the inaugural ceremony of the organising committee. Human history knows many great men and women and heroes. However, the greatness of their Excellencies President Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un can never be underestimated, as they have illuminated century after century in the way ahead of the world's progressive peoples in their struggle for independence, guiding them wisely through it. The great His Excellency President Kim Il-sung, who created the Juche idea, the guiding idea of independence era, in his teens, with the slogan of "Down with the world imperialism," had always been in the vanguard of the anti-imperialist struggle ever since the first report of a gun for national independence and freedom rung out at Mount Paektu, thus defeating the two most outrageous imperialist countries and turning Korea into the powerful state of independence, self-sufficiency and self-reliant defence. President Kim Il-sung also devoted himself to the independent development and prosperity of not only the Korean people, but also those of the world's progressive peoples, and for this he is being praised as the son of the humanity. His Excellency Kim Jong-il, who was born as the son of the guerrilla fighter at Mount Paektu, safeguarded the socialist cause of Korea with the original Sungon politics and laid the solid foundation for great prosperity of the nation. Not only that, he frustrated the arbitrariness and hegemony of the US so-called superpower and many other imperialist and domineering forces, firmly defending the peace and security of the world. His Excellency Kim Jong-il was indeed the great, brilliant commander of Sungon and a great master of the world politics. For these reasons, in February 2002, representatives of many countries across the world gathered in Korea on occasion of the 60th birth anniversary of the great His Excellency Kim Jong-il, and held a gathering to greet the son of the 21st century. In this event, we highly praise the great His Excellency President Kim Il-sung as the eternal son of humanity, and held His Excellency Kim Jong-il in esteem as the great son of the 21st century who guides the cause of the global independence towards victory. Gathering to greet the son of the 21st century is the first onset of the international event to praise the great persons of Mount Paektu, and at this very gathering we adopted the declaration of Mount Paektu to regularise the visit to the secret camp on Mount Paektu at 5-year intervals. In response to the declaration of Mount Paektu, visits to the mountain area and many other international events were organised in February 2007 on the occasion of the 65th birth anniversary of the great His Excellency Kim Jong-il, and in April 2012 on the occasion of the centenary birth of the great President Kim Il-sung. In addition to that, delegates of many countries around the world in August 2005 climbed Mount Paektu on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of Korea's liberation. Whenever we had such events organised, the International Preparatory Committee's unified coordination was very key and vital to arise the ardent atmosphere of praising the great persons of Mount Paektu in every corner of the world, and to make relevant arrangements to successfully hold the international events. World's progressive peoples, with coordination of the international preparatory committees, presented honorary titles, orders and medals, gifts and floral baskets, congratulatory messages and letters to the peerlessly great persons of Mount Paektu on the occasions of the Day of the Sun, the Day of the Shining Star, and some other occasions. In the meantime, seminars on their exploits, film shows, photo and book exhibitions, lectures, international e-seminars, and many colourful functions were organised and held, thus elevating the festive atmosphere.
업적 토론회,
In addition, solidarity activities and movements were briskly carried out to condemn and frustrate all sorts of hostile manoeuvres against the DPRK, including the aggressive joint military war games and sanctions of the United Nations Security Council. Today, the world's progressive peoples are blessed with great fortune to have the respected His Excellency Kim Jong-un, another great person of Mount Paektu, continuing the leadership of their Excellencies Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-un, with a consistent stand of independence against imperialism and politics of love for the people, is performing eye-opening miracles one after another amid the vicious, provocative manoeuvres of hostile forces to ignite the train of nuclear war and ongoing sanctions and blockades. As a result, within a short span of time, he has placed Korea aloft onto the position of the world's strategic state, which displays its might as the great Paektusan nation, while safeguarding the peace and security on the Korean Peninsula and those of the world. His Excellency Kim Jong-un, for his great exploits, is enjoying the admiration of the international community as the most outstanding statesman and military commander of the progressive peoples of the present age. On January the 8th last year, the International Preparatory Committee for Gathering 2017 to praise the great persons of Mount Paektu, expressing the unanimous respect and reverence of the world's progressive peoples, had announced a communique to put the sequence numbers on the events being held on a regular basis to praise the great persons of Mount Paektu and name the event as the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu. In August 2017, the 5th International Festival was held with great success in Pyongyang and on Mount Paektu, attended by the representatives and delegates of progressive parties, friendship and solidarity organisations with the Korean people from many countries across the world, and international democratic organisations. In particular, it is worth noting that during this festival we had announced the Paektusan Declaration 2017, which was to praise the great His Excellency President Kim Il-sung and His Excellency Kim Jong-il as the eternal son of the humanity, and to have the respected His Excellency Kim Jong-un in high esteem as the son of the 21st century, guiding the independence cause of mankind to victory. Fully realising the significance and importance of the international festival, to praise the greatness and exploits of the peerlessly great persons of Mount Paektu, while participating in this festival, the delegates from many countries around the world unanimously proposed to establish the Standing Committee to organise the future festival and to further develop the regularised international festival in praise of the great persons into the grand international political and cultural festival. Active efforts are made to form this organising committee, which came into fruition today in Minsk. The organising committee of the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu will coordinate the preparation for festivals on a worldwide scale and organise the colourful international political and cultural events and activities for cultural exchanges in between the festivals on various occasions to praise the revolutionary activities and exploits of the peerlessly great persons of Mount Paektu, as well as rendering support to the DPRK and giving wide publicity to Mount Paektu. Last but not least, I express my full confidence and expectation that the organising committee of the International Festival, in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu, as a fruit and crystal of the boundless admiration and respect of the world's progressive peoples, the great persons of Mount Paektu will discharge its responsibility and mission to immortalise and glorify the activities and greatness of the peerlessly great persons of Korea who have rendered undying service to the accomplishment of the cause of independence for humanity. We must also never waver in the quest to work assiduously for the peaceful reunification of Korea and never depart from the principle that Korea is one. The great leaders would expect nothing less from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Woods, for your very comprehensive keynote speech. It is my pleasure now to call upon Mr. Anders Gustafsson, Chairman, Denmark-Korea Friendship Association, to deliver his speech. Thank you.
Esteemed delegates and friends, first of all, allow me to express my heartfelt thanks for the nice invitation to this meeting organized in a grand fashion. Especially thanks to Mr. Stolnikov, chairman of the Kim Jong-il Belarusian National Association of Friends of the Korean People. And also thanks to all responsible for organizing this meeting here in Minsk, the capital of Belarus. As I participated in this ceremony and take the floor, I am looking back with deep emotion the very day I attended the gathering to greet the son of the 21st century in 2002 at Paektu secret camp, a native home of His Excellency Kim Jong-il, and read out the declaration of Mountain Paektu, which was adopted with reverence of the progressive peoples of the world to laud the great persons of Mountain Paektu. Like a great many people across the world, I myself and all the members of the Denmark DPR Korea Friendship Association, fascinated by His Excellency President Kim Il-sung and also His Excellency Kim Jong-il, who illuminated the way ahead of the cause of global independence and wisely guided it, have conducted lots of political, cultural activities for the last decades in praise of their excellencies and in support of the just cause of the Korean people. The Korean people that nowadays, under leadership of His Excellency Kim Jong-un, realizing great successes in building up a prosperous, thriving and strong Korean-style socialist country, and at the same time successfully fighting hard on the way to North-South reconciliation, cooperation, peace and reunification of Korea without any foreign imperialist interference, sanctions and more threats. His Excellency Kim Il-sung, President Kim Il-sung, and His Excellency Kim Jong-il created the guiding idea of the independent area and continuously developed it indeed and devoted their whole lives to the construction of the Korean-style socialist country, the cause of global independence, and the world peace and security. Their great exploits will always be remembered by the world progressive peoples in the days to come, as in the past and at present. Thus, international festivals in praise of great persons of Mountain Paektu has been held on a literal basis in grandeur with the unanimous desire and aspiration of the world's progressive peoples, started from gathering to greet the sun of the 21st century, and activities in praise the peerless great persons of Mountain Paektu are being conducted continuously in the different parts of the world. Our Denmark DPR Korea Friendship Association too has taken in part in all international festivals in praise of the great persons of Mountain Paektu and made active contributions to have the International Preparatory Committee formed in Denmark to celebrate the 100th birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung in 2010. The 5th International Festival in praise of great persons of Mountain Paektu, which was held in Korea splendidly in August last year, vividly manifested that the reverence and the respect of the world's progressive peoples for the peerlessly great persons of Mountain Paektu are growing stronger with each passing day, and more fervent their desire and aspiration to achieve the world's independence true to the idea and cause of the great persons of Mountain Paektu. The delegation of our Friendship Association, while attending this festival last year, keenly felt this and cherished deeper in mind the pride of our efforts made in the past and sense of duty for future activities, the mission bestowed to us, and to conduct an even stronger struggle to support the just cause of the Korean people. Nowadays, aspiring for a hopeful North-South reconciliation, cooperation, peace, and reunification of the nation, and total independence without any imperialist and foreign interference. In order to fulfill this mission bestowed to us, the international delegates of the 5th International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mountain Paektu unanimously proposed the formation of the organizing committee to further develop the international festivals into grand international political cultural festivals. As a result, I believe today's meeting could be held successfully. It will be held successfully. Today's inaugural ceremony is indeed a great significance in immortalizing and glorifying the sacred lives and exploits of the peerless great persons of Mountain Paektu, and further accelerating the cause of global independence true to their ideas and intentions. Remaining confident that the organizing committee of International Festival in praise of great persons of Mountain Paektu will fully discharge its duty and responsibility after its formation. I would like to assure all of you of my full commitment and all the activities organized by the organizing committee. Last but not least, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations yet once more to the formation of the organizing committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Christensen, for delivering a very comprehensive and fine speech. I now have the pleasure in calling upon Dr. Dermot Hudson, Chairman of the UK Korean Friendship Association, to take the floor and to deliver a speech. Thank you, Mr. Hudson.
Honoured representatives of the DPRK, members of the International Organising Committee, Belarusian friends and comrades, it is an honour to be here in anti-imperialist Belarus to mark the highly significant anniversaries of Juche Korea and participate in the formation of the International Organising Committee for the festivals in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu. We are here celebrating the Day of the Sun, the 6th anniversary of the election of dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un as Supreme Leader of People's Korea, and the 86th anniversary of the foundation of the Korean People's Army by the great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung. This conference will be a profound manifestation of anti-imperialist solidarity with Juche Korea, which is facing the most harsh and unprecedented sanctions imposed by the US imperialists and their lackeys in the UN Security Council. The amount of sanctions imposed against Juche Korea is countless. The DPRK is also facing military threats, psychological warfare, and regime change propaganda by US and world imperialism. The anniversary of the birth of the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung is celebrated not only in Korea, but in many lands across the globe, which reflects the fact that he was not only the great leader of the Korean people, but the great leader of the world revolutionary people. Last year, myself and comrades from Britain, members of our UK Korean Friendship Association, were able to participate in the wonderful celebrations of the 105th anniversary of the birth of the great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung, which were held in April. And then in August, a delegation from our UK KFA, the most active friendship body in Britain, travelled to the land of Juche, the land of Mount Paektu, to participate in the 5th International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu. We were honoured to see Mount Paektu, the sacred mountain of the Korean Revolution. Building on the great success of the 5th International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu, it has been decided to hold this meeting to create the International Festival Organising Committee, which we believe will make a great contribution to promoting solidarity with Juche Korea and exalting the achievements of the great persons of Mount Paektu. This is a vital task for world progressives, and the formation of this organising committee will make a meaningful contribution. The great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung, was born into most humble surroundings at Namgyongdae, but rose to become the greatest of great leaders, revered and respected by not only his people, but by revolutionaries and progressives throughout the entire world. The very name Kim Il-sung made the imperialists tremble with fear, but it inspired hope and confidence in the anti-imperialist fighters and revolutionaries. The works of the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung are studied over and over again and have been translated into many different languages. Many groups for the study of the Juche idea have been formed all over the world. The great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung took the road of revolution at a very early age. When he was at school, he was organising the school students and leading strikes. He formed in 1926 the Down with Imperialism Union, the first communist revolutionary organisation in Korea. The anti-Japanese armed struggle was initiated by the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung, who at the same time authored the Juche idea, the acme of progressive ideas of humanity, as well as postulating oppose arms with arms, oppose counter-revolutionary violence with revolutionary violence, which was the basis of the Songnam idea. The Korean people, led by the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung, waged a fearless armed struggle against Japanese imperialism for 15 years, without the backing of a state or outside aid. Comrade Kim Il-sung encouraged the people to fight in the spirit of self-reliance. They made their own weapons, such as the Yonggil bomb, when others did not supply weapons to them. Thanks to the armed struggle led by the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung, Korea gained independence in 1945. The iron chains of Japanese imperialism were shattered for good. The Korean people became masters of their own fate, masters of their own destiny. The great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung did not stop there, but went on to liquidate landlordism and set up a new people's democratic system. Applying the unique idea of continuous revolution, President Kim Il-sung went on to build an advanced socialist system, people-centered socialist system of Korean style, in the land of the morning calm. Comrade Kim Il-sung founded the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the homeland of Juche and cradleland to the people's bliss. This year will see the 70th anniversary of the foundation of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. He also founded the Workers' Party of Korea, the Supreme General Staff of the Korean Revolution, the organiser and guide of the Korean People's Army, of the Korean people. And he also founded the Korean People's Army, the stalwart sentinel of Juche-based socialism. During the severe Fatherland Liberation War, the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung defeated the US imperialists, shattering the myth of their invincibility. Throughout his life, President Kim Il-sung was a tireless fighter against US imperialism and also modern revisionism. President Kim Il-sung was a true internationalist who sent valuable assistance to one kind or another to many countries. The great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung fought for the independent reunification of the Korean homeland. He put forward fundamental principles for achieving reunification on the basis of independence and without recourse to war. He gave valuable teachings on the South Korean struggle. Today, the Juche revolutionary cause of the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung is carried forward by dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, who follows in the footsteps of great comrades Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. During the 6 years of the supreme leadership of dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, there have been remarkable progress in all fields of life in the DPRK. The DPRK has turned into an independent nuclear-powered Juche that is today facing down US imperialism. The line of building the economy and nuclear force in parallel, or Pyongyang, was put forward and splendidly implemented. Despite the horrendous imperialist sanctions, new streets and buildings are rising almost daily in the DPRK. Dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un has put forward the idea of self-development first, the DPRK's secret weapon, which is more powerful than the atom bomb. The Korean people are rushing forward at Malima speed under the leadership of dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un to build a thriving socialist country, and advance independent socialist power and towards a reunified Korea. Thanks to dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, a breakthrough has been made in improving inter-Korean relations and progress towards independent, peaceful reunification. Peace and the socialist gains of Juche Korea are defended by the heroic Korean People's Army, which was founded by the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung 86 years ago on the 25th of April 1932. It is today commanded by dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un. Our delegations witnessed the might of glorious Korean People's Army for attending military parades of the KPA in 2012, 2013, 2015 and 2017. We were impressed by the discipline, precision and steel-like unity of the Korean People's Army, unmatched by any other army. To conclude, it is my belief that the International Festival Organising Committee, which our UK Korean Friendship Association supports 100%, will display great vitality in its work. We are sure it will organise many great and colourful international festivals, and it will make a most decisive contribution to strengthen solidarity with People's Korea, the land of Juche. Glory to the memory of the great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung. Long live Juche Korea. Long live dear respected Marshal Kim Jong-un. Thank you.